Oh, God, crazy eyes. So you went anyway, huh? Even though I told you to leave me alone. Why couldn't you just forget and leave me alone? So that's it? You want to keep hurting me, right? I hate to burst your bubble, but if it's revenge you're after, it won't work. Nope, can't blow my brains out down here. The dark won't let you. Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Did you bring your little gun all the way down here for nothing? Are you disappointed? I didn't bring it. There's no point. I didn't shoot you when you took Tanaka, and I won't now. That may have actually been a very important decision. Don't try and trick me. That doesn't mean you don't want to. After everything I tried, to think that you would be the one to show up here in the end. Funny, isn't it? Isn't it? After all, you were only supposed to be a guest star on my little show, a little temporary addition to liven things up a bit. Then you kept showing up uninvited, digging up every sharp thing you can find to poke me with. Now I can't get rid of you. See? It is funny, right? No matter what we do, we're forced together again. We gotta make the best of it. You're right. We can't avoid each other forever. Chances force us together, whether we like it or not. So all we can do is see it through to the end. Even when I saw you in the forest, you were down here, weren't you? Where else? Welcome to the end of the line. I don't understand it. It's awful down here. Why didn't you try and get back to the surface? Why would I go back? What would be the point? When I do, I look around and don't even recognize it anymore. The streets are different. The sounds have changed. Everyone I knew and ever cared about is gone. You don't know what it's like. Every day the same. Every day the same and feeling all my old pain. All my old pain again and again and again. People don't change. No matter what, no matter how much time goes, they all still look at me like I'm a flea-bitten dog to be kicked around and ignored. They hate me. In the end, I'll end up back here anyway, so I find it. At least down here nothing changes. When I was little, they said everything would be okay if I had the mask. But then Mommy died and the police took it away from me, and nothing's gone right since. No one ever cared about me. The police, the foster home, the other girls in the agency, they all hated me. They wanted me dead. You're just like the rest of them. Only someday you'll grow old and die, and I'll still be here, unless you give me that mask. It isn't that simple. Having the mask isn't going to solve your problems. It is that simple. Everyone always tells me that it can't be simple, but why not? None of this would have happened if it weren't for you. If you'd just given it back to me in the first place, you could have lived your stupid little fantasy life. Instead, you had to be here and get involved in something that was none of your business. Why shouldn't I use it? Are my problems not as important as yours? That's it, isn't it? Everything is about you and making your life happy again. I won't let you be happy. I won't. If you won't help me, then fine. But I'll keep hurting you. And if you think it's bad now, you don't know the half of it. Or you could give it to me and go on pretending to be happy while I find the door again. Again? You've seen it before? I don't know exactly what you think is going to happen when you find it, but everything I've found tells me it's dangerous. No, you're wrong. The door isn't for you. The collector said so. He said if I had the mask, I could find it again. He said if I found a shrine belonging to Koana that I could find it. So you met him too. Reina, he wasn't trying to help us. He must have been toying with us. Shut up! You don't know anything. He told me the mask would let me see the door again, just like the day that Mommy died. When they put the mask on me and I kept my eyes closed like Mommy told me to. Even when the people started getting sick and crying. Then I saw it. The door. Even with my eyes closed. When I looked at it, I heard Mommy's voice. I knew if I found it, everything would be okay. I opened my eyes and it was gone. They took the mask and I saw Mommy on the ground. She wasn't moving anymore. Like a doll. It was all my fault. It must have been. I did something wrong, but he told me if I found the mask, I could make it right again. Now I'm being punished for being a big screw-up. For not being pure like they told me to be. And this is a good example of how you fuck people up like that. Okay, to be fair, seeing everyone die like that, especially her own mother, probably drove that nail a lot deeper than it would have been otherwise, but having all that forced into her head from the start. You definitely didn't give her anything to latch onto to keep herself from plummeting down into psychosis. Except people like Higashi. They shouldn't have hurt me. They should have left me alone. I had to punish them. I just want to stop them from hurting me. That doesn't make me bad, right? You understand, don't you? The funny thing is that if Tanaka was here, he'd understand. Even after everything you did to him. That's the kind of guy he is. Reina, it's not all your fault. This is beyond you. It always has been. That's why Tanaka was so intent on following you from the start. You weren't just some orphan girl. He somehow saw the darkness that was behind you. If only he had told me. I could have been there for him. Helped him. But no, You could have helped me, Ayami. He was helping me. He was gonna save me. Then why? If he was helping you, why hurt him? I didn't want to hurt Tanaka. It was the only way to bring him here. The same way I was brought here. I thought I'd figured it out. But my white knight abandoned me. Went somewhere else. It turns out it was just another stupid idea from a stupid girl. What you did to Tanaka was wrong, but you can still make this right. You brought him down with you that night. Where is he? I don't know where he is. Just tell me what happened from the beginning. It's hard to remember. Please try. That thing's gone the way I thought it would. When I went back to Shinjuku, I remembered how I ended up in the dark. I knew I had to do what I had to do so Tanaka could be with me. Only the mask wasn't awake. It wasn't loud like in Kamakura. So I made you come into the tunnel with me and Tanaka so we could wake up. Then I slit his throat and went back to the dark and waited. Tanaka woke up down there too, but the mask was gone. He was alive? He was like me. Or I thought he was. At first he seemed okay, but then he started wandering around, staring into space and talking to people who weren't there. Poor Tanaka. I think I broke him, Ayami-chan. So he was down here. Tell me where he is. You don't get it, do you? I don't know where he is, and I don't care. Tanaka abandoned me. Even when he was here, he kept mumbling on and on about how he was going to help you. He gave you something, didn't he? That traitor. How else would you be able to keep finding me? He even said he saw the door. But he didn't take me there. I hate him. Why did he leave me? To think Tanaka would help a stupid little girl like me. It was done to try and bring him here. The collector said I found the door with the mask. I just didn't want to be alone is all. Now you're here, so I guess the mask is too. I didn't need him after all. He's gone. You're wrong. I can feel him somewhere here. He's waiting for me. You can? Maybe he's at the door. Please, take me there. Don't leave me. The mask opened the dark, took me straight to Reina. And now that I'm here, I can feel it pulsing like a heartbeat. The door. The unknowable place where chance and fate have no importance. That's where Kazuki is. I know now what will happen if I lead her there. She'll get what she truly wants. She'll get to rest and finally be free. No more pain, no more suffering. Maybe that's what Kazuki would have wanted. But if I do that, the dark would change shape again and any hope of finding him would be lost. He'd be trapped here waiting for me and I'd never be able to tell him the truth behind everything he suffered for. That, to the Kazuki Tanaka that's left here, is the same man I love. Either way, I have to abandon someone, but it's my responsibility. I have to choose. No. In the end, I think Reina is the one who has suffered enough. She is the crux of all this, but it wasn't totally her doing. She was wrapped up in something that destroyed her mind, imprisoned her spirit. She deserves freedom, I think. So I'm going to forgive her and lead her to the door. Please don't hurt me. What I did to Tanaka, it was the only way. You get it, right? Right? No, you're wrong, but then again, there isn't a right way to begin with. In your own way, you're the same as me, grasping at whatever you could. He may still be down here, like you said. Would the Tanaka I find be the real him, though? If I use the mask, would I be the real me? I'm not so sure anymore. You're really not gonna go after him? No. I'd have to give up even more of myself, succumb even more to this darkness. You wouldn't have wanted that. You know, for a long time your face was all I ever saw, ever since Kamakura. It motivated me to push through my sadness because I thought I was doing something good, putting my problems behind me by becoming the hero and slaying some ancient evil. You became a demon, a symbol of all my hatred of everything bad that happened to me that day. No, I'm not a demon. No, you're not. You're just a girl. Always were. With really wide, crazy eyes and very tiny pupils and irises. I mean, Jesus Christ. Besides, I'm no hero. I'm not sure if there is such a thing. I realize that now. Me, you, Tanaka, all three of us were just paper dolls caught in a storm, being blown by winds that were so far out of our control. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for any of it to happen. I just wanted a way out. I wanted to be normal. Tanaka was one of the smartest detectives. No, one of the smartest people I knew. I think he knew what would happen to him. Maybe that's why he was so distant. I wish things had played out differently for us. And for you, Reina, I know what happened to you. All of it. I don't know how I saw those things, but I can't just ignore them. No one deserves to experience what you did, Reina. Every day you lived in hell with no love or light. It was awful. We failed you and I'm sorry. I forgive you, Reina. It hurts to say it. That's selfish, isn't it? I can't forget the pain you caused me despite how hard I try. But I do forgive you because somewhere along the way this horrible cycle has to end. I don't want to hurt people anymore. Then come with me. Let me help you. But why? Where are we going? The door. You said you heard your mom, right? Let's go see her. Oh. I'm scared. What if she isn't there? What if I was wrong? It's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of. You can rest like you always wanted. No more coming back, no more hurting people. Though I can't tell you what's waiting for you. I know it's better than this, I promise. Ayami, do you think it'll hurt? No. How do you know? I don't know. I don't know how, but the dark responds to the feelings of the people in it. Every time we butt heads, it pushed me out. It feels different now. It feels peaceful. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want to hurt you, Reina. I only want to help, and I think the dark will too. Okay. I'm ready. Oh. Thank you, Ayami. I don't know why you helped me, but thank you. For years, Reina searched for the door. The whole time it was nearby, hidden by a thick darkness that shifted in reaction to her own hatred and fear. The mask began to tug at me as if guiding us, and together, hand in hand, it appeared in front of us. I wasn't sure how I hadn't noticed it before. It was like it had always been there. Until that moment, I'd never noticed how small and truly fragile she was. Standing in front of the door, she shook like a leaf. Squeezing her hand, I reassured her, told her that I forgave her, knowing that if she took a step forward, it would all be over and she'd find peace. I thought maybe I would too. For a long time, she stood, saying nothing. Then eventually she let go of my hand and moved to the door, and as soon as she did, her image began to fade. She was smiling. Not the unhinged smile from my past, but her true smile. The smile of a little girl. It's that smile, free of hate and malice, I remember now. The dark remained even after she left, though it began to change as I remained within it, suddenly agitated and expansive like it was growing. Somehow I knew what little light I saw was because of Reina. Her fear and hatred diffused out of the shadows. Thanks to that light, I was able to find the surface. The mask didn't quiet after Reina's passing, and every day it became more restless. One day, I cast it into the sea near Kamakura, and despite the Kawana woman's warning, it never returned to me, though occasionally I can still feel it, scratching like a pin needle on the back of my skull. When the girl faded, other memories did too. Impressions of a man called Kazuki Tanaka and a love we once shared. I find pictures in my apartment that I know are him, yet all I see is the face of a stranger looking up at me. Some nights I wake up with tears in my eyes and images of that face crying out to me from some dark corner of my dreams, and I desperately try and remember why that memory remains. Yet, something about those pictures and staying in that apartment feels familiar, even if I can't make sense of it some days. All I remember for sure is Reina's smile, knowing that in those final moments she forgave me for what I did to her. Finally, I was able to feel peace. Interesting. Most interesting. You're nothing but a crow feeding on the carrion that time leaves in its wake. Forgive me for not being an impartial spectator of human suffering. The woman had her own desires, I only gave her a little push. I thought you'd be happy. Ito found forgiveness in the context of her suffering by drowning herself in the past. A historian's dream. A gesture of extraordinary kindness, yes, but history does not smile at the happiness of one. It favors the welfare of all. Time is not a single thread, but a complex tapestry pushed and formed into a picture by the forces of fate and chance. The different threads present a myriad of truths, but all an aspect of the same visage nonetheless. A myriad. Interesting. I would have thought one so interested in history would adhere to a single truth. On the contrary, if history has taught me anything, it is that there is no one truth. The deeper one gazes, the more complex it becomes. Yes, all are truth. All grant insight into the same puzzle. You're right, my old friend. Time is a spiral, and observe it long enough and we may yet learn something. No, she is not your plaything. It's not your decision. There is only one way this can end. Only one way for the world to remain intact and stop the thing that's coming. It must be protected. The role must be performed. Stubborn, so stubborn. Allow me to ask you a question. I believe I know it already, you've asked it before. Indulge me. I asked her the same question. If the dancing puppet looks up and sees its strings, does it remain a puppet? What of fate and chance then? I answer your riddle with another of my own. You see the storm clouds approaching, and though you can take shelter or alter your course, does the storm not come regardless? Pah, no fun. You've never tolerated my philosophical side, nor you me when I tell you how things are. I suppose it's because we are one and the same. But what of her? All we can do is see, but eventually she will end up there. There is only one path which will hold the world together. I'm assuming that's the... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, New Game Plus. Well, pretty sure I'm not gonna do that. I mean, not on a series at least. On my own time, sure. But I think that's a pretty solid roundup for a Let's Play. Maybe one day I'll come back and do another one. I don't know, but right now that is not in my itinerary. But in any case, this was a very enjoyable experience. It was a really well-made little indie game. Congratulations, I mean, seriously, congrats and props to the team that made it. Yeah. As much as I could probably say, I want to leave this as short as I possibly can. In any case, I really hope you all enjoyed this, whoever got through the entire series, whoever tolerated me and my stupidity enough. I mean, I'm glad that I got a good end out of it, but, you know, small mercies and all. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in whatever I do next.